Hello everyone, welcome. This is Todd Walters, Platinum Coach, Craig Proctor Real Estate Coaching, and I want to thank you for making time out of your very busy schedules to jump on today's webinar with me. I promise not to disappoint. So I'm going to make a few recommendations though. I'm going to suggest you grab a notepad and grab a pen or pencil, and you're going to want to follow along. While I'm sharing with you much of what I have on today's agenda, I'm going to make a suggestion that you write down any question that pops into your head. And we'll try to open up some microphones here at the end of the session today, and I'll take some questions. So if you have any. All right, I'm assuming that you do. Here's what I know about you. You have made a decision to join the premier real estate coaching program in North America. Okay? And when I say the premier, that means that in this program there have been more seven-figure income, let's back it down. There have been more high six-figure and seven-figure income agents that have grown their businesses to those points in this program over and above any other coaching program in history and in existence today. That's a fact. So, and there are reasons for that. There are reasons for that. So let's detail that really quick here and get that out of the way, right? Number one reason is we attract ambitious agents, and we attract agents like you that value experience. Okay, if you value experience, then you're here because we have the experience. And the third reason is we attract people who believe that in order to grow their enterprise, grow their job into a business, just make more money in general, that they really need a system for doing that. So I know that we sell coaching here with our Platinum program and all that stuff, but really what you're paying for is you're paying for a system. We've handed you what amounts to about a $4 million real estate business franchise on a silver platter. It's been given to you. It's in your hand. But I want you to look at it like this. Imagine it this way. Imagine that you just bought a McDonald's franchise, okay, an existing store, a McDonald's franchise. Brand new, okay, brand new, and you give the person the check that you're buying it from, whatever that costs, $700,000, $1 million, whatever they cost nowadays. So you hand them the check, and then they hand you the keys to the place, drop them in your hand, and they say, okay, see ya. So you're all excited, and you turn around, you walk to the door, you stick the key in the door, and you unlock it. And you walk in and you flip the lights on and you take a big deep breath, and as you look around, the first thing that pops in your head is, okay, so now what? So you've bought this great franchise, this great, quote, system, but without McDonald's coaching and training and guidance, you're going to fail. Okay? So I want to make that really clear here is that the people that nibble around the edges at this system, the millionaire agent system, which is the nickname for the quantum leap system, and that's my given nickname because that's what we've been doing for many years here, creating millionaire real estate agents. Okay? The system's great, man. But if you think you're going to take it and run away and nibble around the edges, I'm just telling you, it's just not going to work the same way if it works at all for you. And I just gave you a great example, okay, using the McDonald's analogy. So here, we're giving you the system, and I'm asking new Platinum members to commit themselves to 36 months in this program, not 30 days. One pet peeve of mine is new members, coaching members, jump into the Platinum program and say, well, I'll check it out for 30 days. Well, that's just dumb. There should be no checking out anything. I mean, you already know it works, and I don't know how many high six-figure income guys, millionaire real estate agents we have to march in front of people to prove that the system is sound. So you want to commit to it. So as we get going today, and I'm sharing with you these things to help you become very powerful and successful and a very rich agent, as I'm sharing them with you, I want you to ask yourself that question. Are you really committed to having a real estate business that will serve your life rather than you being a slave to it. You know, having a real estate business versus a real estate job. So you've heard Craig and I say it before that if your real estate business depends on you, you don't really have a real estate business, you have a real estate job. Okay, well, I've said it before, like it's almost like I want the members to be more successful than they want to be. So my approach to this program as its leader is to approach it from that angle. I want everyone to be mega successful. I want everyone to net $1 million a year or more in income, even though a lot of the members don't want to. Okay, so I get that. So my idea is that, well, if that's what I want, but the member really doesn't want that, then it's impossible to fail to get what they want. If they want less than that, well, it's inevitable. But you have to commit to really following the system. And your ability to copy and implement the systems that I'm going to share with you today, your ability to copy and implement these really dictates how fast and how fat your business will grow. So what you're going to see among the new Platinum members, you know, those of you that just jumped into this program, that's who I'm doing this webinar for, but I invited a few others on as well. You're going to see that some members just take off like a friggin' rocket ship, and their success just, it's crazy. They go from $100,000 to $500,000 to $1 million like in 24 months or something like that. Just crazy stuff, okay? And then other people will, you know, jump in. Maybe they're making a couple $100,000, and 2 years later they're at 300. So what's the difference between those two types of agents? Is it the market? And the answer is no, it's not the marketplace, because we have very successful people in all different kinds of markets. Okay, so don't fall into the trap of thinking that your customers are different or your market's different. Buyers want houses and sellers want buyers. That is universal truth. That's an absolute. You can take that to the bank. Okay, so the marketing that you roll out is representative of that. The more you promote you, the more you promote your logo, the more you promote a brand that means nothing to the buyers and sellers in the marketplace, the less likely you are to get what it is that you want to get. Okay, so let's be really clear on that. We're not telling you to have your own company or go out and create a new logo or hide the one that you have. It's not about that. We're just telling you how to market. Okay, if you want buyers, you must have what they want. If you want sellers, you must have what they want. And your ability to tell those stories and form those narratives is really going to dictate how much business you get. So we make it easy for you because we've given it to you in the system. So I want you to look at the Millionaire Agent system here, the Quantum Leap system that you have in the Platinum program. I want you to look at it as that. It's like you just bought the McDonald's franchise. You just walked in the door, you flipped the light switch on, and you know, just because of the very sheer fact that you wrote the check to them, you know that you're going to be very successful, but you still have to work the system. People have to do things, okay? Now remember this, people sell homes, not ads. So I'm going to be throwing a lot of things out there at you, a lot of sayings, a lot of quotes, and you're going to want to write fast, okay? Because this hour and a half session I've got here planned for you, it's going to be packed full of a lot of really good stuff. Okay? So the first thing I want to talk about, well, let me just say what I've got on my screen here. On the screen, I've thrown up the Millionaire, your business plan. So all of you watching this webinar should have this business plan printed, okay, and bound together. And you should have already read it cover to cover and should be on your second reading cover to cover. Okay? You're not going anywhere if you don't have a plan. And without a plan, then any road will take you to wherever you want to go because you don't really know where it is. But if you make a decision, if you guys really commit, if you really commit to having the real estate business that you dreamed about, I want you to define what that is. Okay, define what that is. What is it? For me, back in the day, 25 years ago, I wanted to make $1 million a year selling real estate. I wanted $1 million real estate business. That's what I want. Okay, so you'll hear me talk from that platform a lot. But just a little ways into it, my ideas changed. I wanted to net $1 million selling real estate. That's different. Making $1 million in gross commission income is different than netting $1 million. It's most likely going to be $3 million a year in GCI to net $1 million. So, but my ideas changed. I changed my perspective on it and what I want, and that's okay. Visions change, mission statements change, but you must have a plan, a business plan to get you there. So what I want you to do is I want you to follow our business plan. So since you're a member, and I'm a former member of Craig Proctor Real Estate Coaching, let's look at it from that angle, okay? Now, let me say this before I get into this deeply. I can tell when you guys have other windows opened on your computer and you're not paying attention. So I can see the list of all the members that we have on here, and there's a bunch. But I can see when you kind of have gone silent, you know what I mean? So I want to encourage you to know that, it's not like I'm watching you, but I am a coach, and I'm a good one. I love coaching you from as much as I possibly can pour into it. In the hours that we have in a day, I will pour as much into it as I can. I really enjoy it. So when I'm talking to you many times from these platforms, I am talking to you as a coach, but I want you to know that I'm a former member. I bought Craig Proctor's Quantum Leap system, okay? And I put it to work. I went to the super conferences. I paid the money for the coaching program, okay? And I paid the money for the grad program that we had at one time, okay? And I paid the money for the Platinum program, even though I helped Craig put it together. So I'm a former member. So this gives me a unique perspective here for you. So this business plan that you're looking at is not Craig's business plan. It's mine. This is my business plan to copy Craig Proctor's real estate business, a business that was making millions of dollars a year, and Craig worked part-time in it. So let me repeat that. A business that made Craig Proctor millions of dollars a year, but he worked part-time in it. So I was like, I want that. I want my business like that. So being coached one-on-one by Craig for over a decade and crawling into his back pocket and making my business look as much as I possibly could exactly like his. Okay, well, the guide that you have here, this business plan that I've given you, okay, this business plan is a result of those experiences. In this business plan are just the things that worked. I didn't put in here the things that didn't work. It would be a lot of other books, okay? So we want to give you the stuff that works. But you got to have a plan to go where you want to go. So before we get going, let me just tell you where you can get this business plan if you don't have it. Okay, but my homework assignment for you is you want to print this bad boy off. It's 64 pages long. You can see that up there at the top. Okay, so I'm going to pull up the coaching site here. That's not it. There it is right there. Okay, and I'm going to go to the library, file library. And in the file library here, this is the old coaching site, by the way. At this moment in time, April 23rd, 2015, I'm recording this webinar, and I will make it available for replay in the future. But whoever sees it in the future, they're not going to see this coaching site, okay? So, I'll have to redo it or whatever. But most of you have access to the old coaching site. The new one has been rolled out, but most of the materials haven't been brought over yet. I should say that. The Platinum materials, we're pulling those over last, and they just haven't been brought over yet. So that's what we're looking at. It's the old coaching site, library, file library. Under categories, there's this category called Platinum Business Plans. Okay, so it's right down here, about in the middle, and I don't know if you can see my cursor or not, but let me use a drawing tool, pen. See that? I think you can see that, right? Okay, good. Okay, so I'm going to click that link, and when I click that link, okay, business plans pop up. And the one that you want here is ID 1408, Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker Guide. That is the only business plan you'll ever need. And that's the platform for helping you quantum leap your real estate business as a Platinum Program member. This is the business plan, the platform that all the coaches use, okay, that are members of this program, that are very successful and know it really well. So they're the best people to help you. Because, again, I'm not Craig Proctor, okay, but I really try to be a Craig Proctor real estate business. I work hard at that, and it was very successful for me. 400 to 500 homes a year, no foreclosure accounts, and no business, just Mr. and Miss Smith retail, okay, retail business, 400, 500 homes a year, and making millions of dollars a year selling real estate, and I literally work part-time in the business, okay, so much so that Craig was able to ask me to help him launch this coaching program back in 2003 that has been wildly successful. So that's what I want for you. Now, whether you want that or not, whether you want a kind of business like that or not, that's up to you. So I figure that if that's my standard, that if you don't want that, whatever you do want that's less than that, you'll hit it. You'll hit it, no problem. You'll be there. Okay? So that's kind of, I think, the best approach to take, and it's served us really well over these years. Okay? All right. So anyway, so make sure you download and print that business plan and read it cover to cover. So that's homework assignment number 1, okay, to print that, read it cover to cover. Okay, so did I do okay there? Platinum Business Plans, wherever that is here, where was it? There it is, I'll put it back in the middle of my circle. Platinum Business Plans, ID 1408, Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker Guide. All right, so I don't want to stop there though. Okay, I'm going to go back to the home page. Get rid of my drawing. Okay, I'm going to go back to the home page on the old coaching site. Oops. Home, here we go. Okay. And then down here in the bottom right-hand corner on the dashboard, can you guys see that? You draw a little pin around that too. I'm going to use a highlighter. Here it is right here. Bottom right-hand corner, you can see that in your screen. It says Platinum Webinars. Okay? We are going to be pulling all these webinars over to the new coaching site, but just understand, the reason we're doing this is because the new platform is just way better. I'll give you one example of why it's better. When you do your calls with your coach, with me, they're all going to be recorded, and the recording will be saved instantly right there on that new coaching platform so you can listen to it. Okay? And you'll also be able to create your checklist and work through the business plan online right there on the, it'll just do so much more than what we can do right now. It's really good. So I want you to I want you to know that. That's the reason we're changing up. You just happen to show up at this point in history when we're making that change, and you're going to benefit from that. So you get to see the old and the new. Okay? All right, so Platinum Webinars. Let's click on Platinum Webinars because I want to show you something that's very important to you. Okay? And these are all videos that I've decided were worthy of posting on this site for you. Okay? And most of them are referenced in the Millionaire Agent Maker Guide. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the one I want to bring your attention to right now is dated 2013-07. There it is right there. 2013-07-23. The Millionaire Agent Maker Checklist Revealed. Okay, so I recorded a webinar not too long ago. When was that? July 23rd, 2013. You might think it's a long time ago. I don't, since I've been at this for 25 years. Platinum Coach for 11. So it just seems like yesterday. But I went through this business plan, this guide, step by step, for Platinum members. And every now and then, about every couple of years, I update it. It's probably about that time to do it again, so I will soon when we get the new coaching site up. But I want you to watch this video. It's about an hour-long webinar, and I walk you through page by page, step by step, the business plan, which is a checklist. The business plan is a checklist, okay? So watch that video. You got it? Okay, good. Everybody got it written down? 2013-07-23. Okay. I see some of you guys have some questions. So let me take a pause here and make sure there's nothing that is wrong technically. Okay. All right. Okay, so just making sure there wasn't no technical issues. You guys can type questions in, but just understand I'm running solo today. I don't have anybody fielding the questions and taking care of them, okay? It's just me. But I do want to open up some microphones later, so let's talk about that right now. Up in your upper right-hand corner of your control panel, you can raise your hand versus type a question in. Just press the button, raise your hand, and I'll be able to open up your microphone and you can ask your question here in a little bit. All right? Okay, so here we are, the Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker Guide Checklist Business Plan. This is the business plan, okay, the only one you'll ever want, okay? So every day, not once a week or every now and then, every day I get emails from members who ask me questions that make themselves, they reveal the fact that they don't have this printed out on their desk, they're not following a business plan, they don't have this business plan, they make themselves known every day, okay? So I can't reiterate this enough, that your ability to have the kind of business that you really want to have, you have to have a plan. So if your plan is to fly by the seat of your pants and just ask me and your coach questions on the go, then what that means is you're nibbling around the edges. You're not fully implementing the business plan. And it's going to take you longer to get there, and you're going to waste money and time and energy. So follow the plan. All of your questions, okay, most of them that you'll ever have are here. Okay, let's look at one obvious question. Okay. Okay, here's one I got today. You ready for this question? Todd, what was the specific language that you used when setting your fee and negotiating your fee when working with buyers? Okay, what was the specific language you used for that? Okay, that was email. Okay, now, so the great thing is the member's asking, okay, but it also reveals that he doesn't have the business plan. He's not using it, okay, which also means that too much time has passed in trying to get this implemented. And he's emailing me, I guess assuming that I'm sitting in front of my computer waiting on emails to come in. I'm not, okay, and neither should you be. That is not a rainmaking activity. Now, I do answer emails, okay, but it just may not be in the time frame that you want or need. So let's be really clear on that. The business plan, when it comes to those kinds of questions, will answer your questions for you. So let's look at the answer to that question. Okay, let's go to the index page. Okay, so what category would this be in? This question of, Todd, let me blow it up so you guys can see it. Okay, Todd, what was the language that you used when setting, negotiating, collecting your fee with, when you're working with buyers, getting them to sign the buyer agreement? Okay, well, here's the index. Okay, you ready? Section 1, one-on-one consults. Positioning, accredited platinum real estate professional, no. Section 3, implement monthly outside sales agent recruiting system, maybe. Implement monthly platinum inside sales agent recruiting, no. Platinum lead generation system, no. Platinum follow-up system, no. Platinum seller prospect to client conversion, no, it's not a seller. Platinum buyer prospect to client conversion systems. I bet you it's there on page 49. So let's go to page 49 and check her out, man. Page 49. Fast tracking this. Hang on. Just scrolling down. Way easier when you have it printed. Okay, here we go. Page 49. There are different, more advanced, exclusive listing and buyer PowerPoint presentations for Platinum members found on the coaching site in the file library. Hopefully, you have already been through and are familiar with our VIP buyer system. If not, do this now. Get to the member coaching site, click on the resources tab, click on call decks, and access call number 5, creating your ultimate buyer presentation. You'll be happy to know that the below details where you can access the Platinum VIP buyer presentation to copy and implement. Okay. Webinars, Platinum VIP buyer systems. And then I summarize it here. Okay. So in the Platinum VIP buyer system, we show you how to set your fee and get it. Most Platinum members get upfront retainer fees and their buyer clients, as well as 1 to 2% more commissions at closing than what's in the MLS. It's not smoke and mirrors, some kind of gimmick to take advantage of buyer client. Quite the contrary. You best learn quick how to negotiate your fee with your buyer clients and collect it via the proceeds of sale. If not, you will over time struggle with profitability on the buy side of your business. Okay, so right there. That's the webinar. It's an hour-long webinar, complete with the details. It doesn't just answer that one question, what's the language, because what language? I can't even answer that question in an email. It would be a question with a question. What specifically are you looking for, member? What specifically are you trying to accomplish? So as a coach, I want to know the reason why behind things, and then I can better answer the questions. Or the member could he's already got the answer to his question at his fingertips. Okay? So that's what this business plan does. It answers your questions of what now? What now? What do I do now? What do I do about this? What do I do about that? What do I do about this? Where's this? Where's that? Okay? It's all here. Every bit of it. So the first thing you're going to want to do here as a new Platinum Program member, over and above the other things that you have done, is you're going to want to print this bad boy, and you're going to read it, okay? And you're going to want to read it, and you're going to want to read it. Start by reading it cover to cover with a highlighter. Okay? All right. So I'm going to check that off my list here, because I've got a list here of what I want to share with you. Okay? So I mentioned a couple of things. Number one, what's your vision for your business? What do you want it to do? What do you want it to look like? How much money do you want to make selling real estate? Maybe you start with the money side of it. I had a member the other day, I asked him that question. He says, I want to do $30 million in sales volume this year. And I said, okay, $30 million in sales volume, how much money is that? And he didn't have a good answer for me. And I was like, look, dude, the reason you have a business is to make profit so that you can do things with the profit to benefit other people and yourself. Right? That's why you have a business. And you have a business so that you can spend more time with your family. So not only you're creating wealth, but you're creating time. That's what a business is. So you need to back off on the $30 million in sales volume and translate that into real dollars. And here's why. You can sell $30 million worth of real estate and not make any commissions. That's possible. A lot of you have sold many transactions where you had lots of sales volume, but you didn't make a dime. You gave it all away. You did a deal for free for somebody, or you had to for whatever reason. I don't know. Or you cut your fees. In other words, just because you have $30 million in sales volume doesn't mean diddly squat. Okay, I don't know how much money you made, but the purpose of your business is to make money. That's what we're here for, is to make money. So we don't hide from that fact. In this platinum level coaching program, I said it at the beginning, and I'll say it often. It's for you to become a rich agent. And you can't get rich having a job. Okay, a real estate job won't make you rich. Only an agent business can do that. Okay? So that requires leverage, and you know all about that from the coaching program and the other things we do here. Okay? So define your business based on dollars and cents, profitability. Okay? And then go from there. But what is your vision for your business? You need something that you can measure, because we're going to talk about now working on your business and how you need to do that. Okay, so first point was, what's your vision for your business? What do you want it to look like? And then what's your plan to get there? Do you need to do everything in this Platinum Millionaire Agent Maker Success Guide here, this business plan? No. No, you don't need to. There's 14, I picked 14 things that are my top picks for getting listings that I learned from Craig. Craig has things he likes. I have things that I like that he did that I copied. Okay? But did I do everything that Craig Proctor did to generate business? No. Okay? I didn't do the long distance calling PR system that Craig pulled off. I never did that. I never ran television commercials, although I've wrote quite a few and helped members write television commercials. And that's just simply taking the marketing systems that we have and putting them together. Okay, but Craig ran TV commercials. I didn't. And I still made $1 million in net income. So that's what I'm getting at here. You don't need to do everything, but you need to do the things that you do very, very well. Okay? The things that you do must be done very, very well. And that can only be done with a good system. So this guide, this business plan, is nothing but the systems. Here's the system for that. Here's the system for this. Here's the system for that. And it's a checklist. If you were to check everything off in this business plan, then your business would look like mine. You would have a $4 million real estate enterprise. Okay? All right. So now that we talked about your vision for your business and your plan to get there, okay, now let's talk about how to work on your business. Okay, so I'd pay really close attention to this, right? Okay, here's how it works. Let me see if I can write this down while we're doing this. Put it on a Word document. Okay, how to work on your business. There are lots of ways to do that. Number one, you're doing it now. You're doing it now. You're working on your business. You're paying attention to this webinar. You're making notes, and you're putting yourself on a fast track as a franchisee, quasi-franchisee. Got to be careful about that. You know, that's what you are, a quasi-franchisee, right? You've bought our system, and now you're going to put it to work with guidance from me, your coach, and Craig Proctor. That's a lot of people, plus your fellow members. Okay, so how do you work on it? Well, let's start with what you should do each month, okay? The first thing that you want to do is maybe between the 7th, and let me blow this up and get this a little bigger font here. Hell, I can probably read that. I can hardly read that, and I'm sitting right in front of the computer. Somewhere between the 7th and the 15th of each month. Pick a day. Suppose it's the second Tuesday of the month, second Wednesday of the month, okay? But pick a day, right? Just pick it. Now, what are you going to do on this day? Well, you're going to work on your business. And it starts by doing this, okay? Last month, okay, income. Was it up or down from the same month last year? Okay, so here we are, April, okay? And let's pretend it's April 10th, and this is the day we decided to do this, 10th of every month, or second Tuesday month, depending on what it is. But you got to carve it out, man. This is important, okay? Got to carve it out. Okay, I walk in, I run a report, and here's what I'm looking for. How much money did we make last month? And is it up or down over the same month last year? Okay, it's yes or no. It's a yes or no question, man. It's a yes or no question. Is it up or down over the same month last year? Next question. One. Why is it up or why is it down? Okay, this is very important that you have to answer this question. You cannot move forward working on your business if you don't know the answer why. Because the why will determine what you do now. So let's look at some examples. Let's say your business is up, and it's up because you implemented a marketing system that is getting you more listings. Let's suppose you're direct mailing. For sale by owners and expires, one of our killer direct response sales letters. Okay? And you've implemented that system, and you've got 50% more listings coming in now than you did last year, and you've been able to track the sources back to that. Okay, so now let's stop there and let's talk about tracking the sources of your business. Okay. You've heard me in the fast start call that I gave you that one of the big 3 things that allowed me to make massive quantum leaps in my real estate business was the use of, one of them was the use of the contact management system. You got to have it, man. If you don't have a contact management system right now, then I'm sorry. You better go get it and you better put it to use. Okay? And remember, the contact management systems were designed for you and I to leverage, not to use. Did you get that? Contact management systems were designed for you and I to leverage, not to use. You're the rainmaker, man. You're the rainmaker. Okay? You don't have your nose buried in the contact management system all day long every day. Maybe you use it when you're making calls or doing some of the work in your business, but it's definitely not designed for you to bury your nose in every day. That's what your assistants do. Your admin people, they use the contact management system. They push the buttons and type things in, and import and export and complete tasks and all that stuff, right? Okay? So here's how it works. Lead comes in. Lead goes into your contact management system. While you're setting the lead up in your contact management system, you assign a source code, a tag. Where did the lead come from? Okay, and here's the thing, the pick list, okay, the pick list is yours. Nobody else designed it. You did it. So in Agent Office, back in the day when we were using that, there was a drop-down menu, and the agents on my team had to assign source codes from my pick list. They couldn't type in their own, because if they did type it in on their own, let's suppose they typed in sign call, but I had on my list a sign call code as well. But if the person typing it in just put in sign call on 1065 Gunner Court, well, when we do a group search, it wouldn't show up under sign calls. Okay, so you had to pick from the pick list so that all of the codes and tags matched up. Couldn't have anybody typing in their own definition of a tag. There's only so many sources of business, man. Only so many sources. Okay? So if you don't know the source of the business, then you ask. All right? Hey, how did you get my phone number? How did you get my phone number? That's how you ask for the source of the business. Okay. All right. So I come in between the 7th and the 15th. I pick a day, it's the same day every month. I run a report based on all of the closings that we had for the month before. Okay, all the closings that we had. And let's suppose you had 10 closings. Okay, you will be able to see on each closing the source of that closing, where the lead came from that ended up being a closing. Okay, you get that? Okay, so you need a report on closings with source code. Okay, everybody get that? All right, good. I'm going to come back to my why here in a minute. Okay, then the next thing that you need to look at is a report on everything you are spending money on. to get business. Okay, fix that for us. If you guys weren't looking, then I would have spelled it correctly. Okay, so once you look at it, you got two lists. You have a list on the left that basically represents everything you're spending money on. Spending money on for sale signs. I'm spending money on this editorial ad. I'm spending money on this pay-per-click ad. I'm spending money on this direct mail marketing campaign. Okay, you guys follow me? Great. And then over here on the right is I have my closings. Okay, and then I compare. Okay, I got 10 closings. Okay, 5 of the closings were referral, for example, 2 sign calls, 1 pay-per-click. Okay, and and 1 from a direct mail marketing campaign. Okay, so let's say that adds up to 10. And over here on my list on the left, I see that I basically spent nothing on referral, but I spent 50% of my ad budget, marketing budget, on pay-per-click. Well, we have a problem here. I have 1 closing out of the 10% of my closings from pay-per-click, but it makes up 50% of my ad budget. How stupid is that? So what's the problem here? Am I not getting enough ROI? Are we not converting the leads at the highest rate? And that gets us right back to the why. Why is your business up and why is it down? So when you can determine why your business is up or why it's down, then you'll know what to do, what to work on to either do more of that or less of it. Okay? But that question has to be answered. Why is my business up? Why is my business down? And when you answer the question, the next thing is, well, I need to do more of that. If my business is up, holy crap, I need to expand this. I need to spend more money on that. Okay? Less on the other thing. Redirect dollars around. Okay? But that's how you work on your business. Okay? From an entrepreneurial, a business owner standpoint here. And then once you've done that, then you go to your business plan and you pull out from your business plan, let's go to the index here, you pull out what it is that you need to be working on. You just go right to that section. And it's like, wow, my business is up because I hired 3 new agents and we still got these overflow of leads coming in. I should hire 3 more. Okay, well, see, I need some outside sales agents. So where do I go in the business plan for that? Right there. OSA recruiting. Okay, so that's how you work on your business and use your plan at the same time. Okay, so does that make sense to everyone? Great. Now, if you have questions about that, write it down. Raise your hand up in the upper right-hand corner. We'll open up your microphone here in a little bit. Okay. Good. I'm checking off my checklist as I run down through here for you. So that's really good. And I can't stress how important that is. I can't stress how important the business plan is. Holy moly. Okay. So next on my list is really the big thing that is the foundation of this platinum coaching program, and that is your unique selling proposition. So you heard me tell you in the Fast Start call that one of the 3 things that allowed me to make massive quantum leaps in my business was the development, okay, the establishment and implementation of a unique selling proposition. Developing it, establishing it, and implementing it. Okay? And the better I was at telling that story, the more money I made. So I'm going to go back to my list here. Okay? And we'll talk about this. Okay, so write this down. Your USP is your brand, and your brand is your USP. Now, it doesn't have to be. You can go with the logo. You can go with your name and your picture. You can do that. But what you're going to find is that if you do that, not much will change for you. If you want more listings, which is what Craig and I want you to have, then you've got to develop, establish, and implement your unique selling proposition. Okay, you just have to. If you don't, not much will change, I'm just going to tell you. So it's the first thing that you should be doing here, and most of you already have this, okay? But I want to be really clear because some light bulbs are going to go off for many of you. Many of you believe or treat your USP like it's an offer, like it's a, oh, by the way, or P.S. That's not it. It is you. Your unique selling proposition is as important as the name, your name. It is as important, maybe more so, than your picture. It is the reason why people will do business with you over and above any other real estate agent or option. So you can't make it secondary. You can't say, oh, by the way, you can't bury it down at the bottom of whatever it is that you're doing. It is who you are. It's their brand. It's not an offer. It can be an offer, don't get me wrong, but it's who you are. So if you want to grow your brand, then turn it into a USP. Your USP is the brand, your brand is a USP. Okay, so let's look at some examples. So the best way to do this, the best way to get this started is with a business card. Okay, so I got a business card here. Let's blow that down a little bit so I can see the whole thing. There we go. Train's coming. So what's Bill Watson's brand? Right. You can't miss it. Okay? Like he's got the balloon there because he's a RE/MAX guy, and he's probably proud of that. And nothing wrong with that. I was a RE/MAX agent for 15 years. Craig was there for over 20. Okay, but pretty obvious. Imagine this though. Imagine Bill moving. As a matter of fact, let me get my pen. And let me choose a pen color that really stands out here. Red. That'll work. Okay. Imagine this USP, okay, which is a performance guarantee, being this size, okay, and imagine this being that size in that spot. So we just trade places with them. That's what I see as a big mistake that most new platinum members make. Sometimes they don't realize it for years, and it's only because of their engagement, because what I'm telling you right now, I've been preaching for 11 years as platinum coach. It is why I am the platinum coach, among other reasons. Okay? Your brand is your USP, your USP is your brand. It's the reason why people would do business with you. Okay, so the easiest way to get this started is just to create, quote, business card that way. Okay, and you have these business card templates. If you're at the conference, it's on your USB stick. And then you can use whatever colors you want. It doesn't matter to me. But what I'm looking for when I look at your marketing materials is why would I choose to do business with you over and above anybody else or any other option? Okay? It's the number one thing I'm looking for as a coach when I look at marketing materials. Number one. Okay, so but imagine that reversed. All right. Now, Bill's making a mistake here on his business card, and I'm going to point it out to you. Is it a big mistake? No. Let me get rid of the drawing tools. Erase all drawings. There we go. Okay. So here's the mistake that Bill's making. Let me go back to my pen. Is that there's no call to action. So Bill assumes that because he said your home sold guaranteed or will buy it, he's assuming that people will, oh, wow, that's awesome. Let me call Bill and see what this is all about. No, that's a bad assumption. So in marketing, we don't assume anything. Right? I assume nothing. I've had more failed marketing attempts to get business than you guys ever will in your entire real estate career. That's a fact. You know, I have members call and complain when they run a couple of our ads or maybe 2 marketing campaigns and they flop and they get all mad at me. They spend all this money. And I'm like, I laugh under my breath. Okay, I'm not laughing at the agent, but under my breath I laugh. If you knew the hundreds of thousands of dollars that we've spent trying things and doing things, trying to improve things and split testing things, you probably wouldn't say that anymore. When you run a marketing campaign and it doesn't work, then you have learned something. You learned what not to do. All right? That's great intelligence. Great intelligence. Okay? So back on the card here, Bill's missing his call to action. So wherever I see your USP, okay, I should also see call to action. And he doesn't have one. So let's go to my, I got to go back to normal drawing mode so I can use my clicker. Erase all drawings. Here we go. Okay. Call to action. Okay. So here's a call to action. Ready? Call Bill and start packing. That's a call to action. You gotta have your phone number there. Here's another call to action. Call Bill at and start packing. Okay. Here's another one. Make sure you use caps on the first letters of each word, okay? I'm just doing this for brevity. To find out how much you can sell your home for and how long it would take, call Bill. That's a call to action. It's also an offer, okay? Okay, all right, so let's go back to our example here, and let's look at the back of Bill's card, okay? He's put it on the back of his card. He put a call to action on the back. So my thing with Bill is what I told him. I said, that's not the back. That's the front. And it should be both sides. Like, why don't you just make both sides look the same, dude? Why do I have to turn things over? Why are you assuming I'm going to turn it over? Okay, what's that all about? What rules of engagement are you following? And the rules are state your USP and have a call to action. Okay? So that's it. That's your business card. Now I get it that this requires, well, Todd, my business card template won't allow me to do that. Well, then go find another template or send an example over to a printer and say, hey, produce me some business cards. Once you get them done once, you're good. Okay? But that's just an easy place to start. Why the business card? Because you're going to use them now. Like, you're going to use this card. So you think Bill uses this card? Yeah. Like his old card, he wouldn't use it because it's like, nobody calls me. But this card, he uses. It gets dropped into the envelopes that go out the door. Okay? So make sure you do that. Don't let anything go out the door without your USP card in it. Okay? As a matter of fact, you probably should have a USP card for buyer, for recruiting, and for getting referrals. It's pretty simple. Just take your card and on the back of it, make the buyer USP. Okay, so you get the seller on one side, the buyer on the other. For recruiting agents, on one side you have your seller USP because that's your brand, and on the back of it you have your recruiting offer. For agents, your OSA recruiting performance guarantee. Okay, and on referrals, it's the same thing. As a matter of fact, I think I have an example here. Yeah, right here. Here's one from Nathan. This is the front of his card. Here's the back of his card. Okay, simple card. And you may say, well, I don't like that. It's too simple. Okay, that's up to you. Nathan makes a couple $1 million. So let's have that conversation real fast. Many of you are going to be tempted to change our stuff because it doesn't look pretty to you. But I'm just going to tell you straight up, man. Over the years of doing this, I have had far less results with pretty than I have had with ugly. Okay? So that's a fact. And but that's just your own paradigm. That's just your own mind thinking. So I'm just telling you straight up, I get way better results black and white than I do with anything that looks like an ad. Okay? So if you want to pretty it up and do all the things you can, my best business card was black and white. Black and white. Didn't have any color. Okay? Best business card ever. So why do I know it was the best business card? Because it was measurable. Okay, so let's go back and let's talk about working on your business again. The rule is if you can't measure it, you don't do it. So even your business card should have a measurable or trackable URL. How'd you get my number? Oh, well, I'm looking at your card. But if they go to your website, you'll know where they came from. Okay, so everything is measurable so that you know down to the dime where you're making money. It's not hard. If you start this way, it will become a habit for you. Because here's what's going to happen. One day, you're going to be like this guy. You're going to be making $2 or $3 million a year selling real estate. Like this guy. And you're not going on any appointments. Okay? You may not even be making any phone calls, which means you're making your living out of the profit that your business is generating. Okay? Just the profit. 20, 25% profit on other people's work. So at that moment in time, do you think what you spend money on will matter? And the answer is yeah. So you want to know where every dime is going. So back to our list here, your report. You have to know where business is coming from. Everything you spend money on is on a list. Here's my long list of things I spend money on last month, and here's my short list of things where the business actually came from. And you're going to be like, crap, I keep spending money on this and keep spending money on that, and I'm not getting any money from it. So does that mean that it needs to be improved, or does it need to be thrown away? And that is why we're here. We're the coach and we're the guide. Many members try to jump into this program and they take the stuff that we give them and run away, produce it and implement it, and then they run back. And they say, it didn't work. And we're like, well, what didn't work? What are you talking about? I didn't see it. I don't know what you sent. Well, I copied it exactly like you have it. And I'm like, okay, but I haven't seen it, so I can't tell you that it is exactly. It's exactly like what? So now we have some conflict between member and coach. So you've got to upload your marketing materials to the new coaching site for your coach to see. And you'll find out about that here within the next couple of weeks. All of your marketing materials you'll be able to upload so your coach can see them. Okay? Good. So anyway, jumping around a little bit, didn't mean to do that, but it's all tied together, right? Working on your business, okay, is something you're always doing, okay? Even your business cards are measurable and trackable. Okay, so we go back to business card. Bill does no call to action. And Bill would get mad at me. He said, Todd, I sent you the card. You said it was okay. And I said, yeah, I said it was okay. I didn't say it was great. But I knew when I saw it, it didn't have a call to action. But it was the fourth card that Bill had sent me. It was the fourth time. And I'm like, you know what? We'll just pick back up on this later. There's an evolution of things. There's a time and place for things. And it's good enough. Okay? Good enough. So write that down. Good enough. Good enough. I call it the GE spot. It's good enough. Okay? Would it make a difference by putting a call to action in front of that business card? Or would it be the same? The answer is, I don't know, dude. It's just not worth your time. It's the fourth card. You've been spending hours on this. It's not worth it anymore. No. You can make a lot more money by making some calls and booking some appointments. Okay? Go with it. All right? But as you, a new Platinum member, begin to produce something, these are things you want to know about. Your USP, call to action. Your USP, call to action. Your USP, call to action. Great job. You guys are doing great. Thanks for hanging in there with me. I got some more for you. Okay? But not much more. Just a couple things. Okay? I want you to remember this. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is your USP everywhere. Okay? Okay, so let's go to our business plan. And let's go to the index. I'll pretend I don't know where it's at. And I want listings. I want more listings. Who wants more listings? Okay, that's what I thought. All of us. Okay, so where's it at? Right here. Platinum Lead Generation Systems, page 39. All right, so let's go to page 39. Let me fast forward there real quick. Can't scroll down, I got to click, so just hang with me. Here we go. 39. Platinum Lead Generation Systems. You want more listings? Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Okay. N is the last one that I put on here. I'm amazed at the emails that I get from Platinum members, even business cards, that make no offer at all, let alone have a USP. Your USP should be everywhere you are. For example, USP, call to action right there. Whatever your USP targeting sellers, it should be up and down and throughout your business. Wherever your photo is, there is your USP also. Okay? So if you want more listings, start. Like, this is what agents don't get. You are already, most of you, not everyone, but most of you, already getting business. You have closings. You have leads. You're getting business. You were selling stuff before we met you. Okay? Correct, right? You had your functioning real estate business or job. Okay, and you're getting business from places. So the first thing you do once we help you with your unique selling proposition, the system is to get it wherever you are now. Is it on your social media sites? Is it on your letterhead? Is it on your business cards? Is it on your outgoing email signatures? Is it is it inside your listings now? If a buyer walks into your listing, is your USP card there on the table next to the flyers of the property with your USP on it? Is it there? Just by putting your USP out there wherever you are now, you will probably increase your business by 25 to 35%. That's a fact. You will get people calling you that aren't calling you now because you are now different and relevant to them. Okay, so that's where you start. I guess I probably should put that A instead of N. These are in no particular order, by the way. All right? But whatever your unique selling proposition is. So let me close out by, before we get to questions, by talking about your USP. USP, okay? Right. Number one, you are the agent with the buyers. Number two, you sell homes for more money. Number three, I hear you, Train. I hear you, man. You sell homes faster. Number four, we'll call it listings, are more likely to sell. Okay. Number five, proof. Okay, so that should probably be social proof. Third-party endorsement testimony. No, that is we'll see, social proof, third-party endorsement. Okay. Yeah. So, for example, number 5 here, social proof, third-party endorsement, testimonials, or a house that you just sold. Okay, like it just sold. Just a fact. And other people say that it's so. That's what I call. And number 6 would be risk reversal. There you go. So that's the narrative of a USP. Okay, I see the typo. Okay, there you go. So the more that you can tell, the more that you will sell. So look at this story. This is your unique selling proposition. Your home sold or I'll buy it is a performance guarantee. A performance guarantee can be used as a unique selling proposition. And we see that on Bill's business card. Okay, his USP is the brand, his brand is his USP, his performance guarantee is the USP. You get all that? Okay. But when it comes to marketing and getting sellers, for example, when I write or help members write radio commercials and television commercials, this is the list that I'm looking at. Okay, I want to try to cram all of these elements into the commercial because it forms the narrative of superiority for this agent above all others. I got the buyers. What do sellers want? They want buyers. What do sellers want? They want to sell their home at their price. Okay? What do sellers want? They want to sell their home within their time frame. What do sellers want? They want to make sure their home is going to sell. What are sellers? They're a little skeptical of real estate people. So if other people are saying you're great, I'm in. And what do sellers want? They don't want to take many risks. Okay, so USP, you can use it all or in part in your marketing, and we will do that. That is the system. This USP marketing system forms the basis of getting way more listings as a Platinum Program member. Everybody get that? Excellent. Okay, now let me throw this up there, and then we'll take some questions. Okay. June 15th and 16th. I think, okay, we haven't posted it yet, 2015 in Orlando. I'm doing a 2-day boot camp for Plats, okay, and this is the first time I've ever done this, okay. Day 1 is 100% about getting more listings. Okay, I've documented over 43 ways to get listings without cold calling or manual grunt prospecting. Over 43 methods. I can't go through all 43 on day 1 at this boot camp, but I can cover about 20 of them. So I've got my top 20 already lined up, and I'm going to spend the whole day walking everybody who's there through each one of them, showing you the materials and giving them to you. Okay? You already have them, but I understand you get swallowed up a little bit. So this will be in the context of actually working on your business. So day 1, 100%, go get more listings. All right? Day 2. Okay? No. Yeah, I think that's probably what it is. No, it's just 66% OSA recruiting, okay, and 33% ISA recruiting. That's day 2. Every which way is Sunday to get and build your team of agents, okay, the first 2/3 of the day, every which way. All right, I'm going to take you through it step by step, every single thing, you know, high threshold, low threshold marketing to get and recruit your sales team, okay, and then end the day with ISA recruiting, getting inside sales agents. Okay, every known method, material, system that we have in doing that. Now, why am I doing this in the middle of summer? Because it's a great way to spend your summer in Orlando. Come down there, play around the parks, and spend 2 days with me to work on your business. I floated this to see, this is based on member surveys, by the way, is how this came about. So it will be well attended. I'm expecting 300 at the event, but it is a boot camp like none we've ever had before. I'm looking forward to it. Just wanted to get that out there. So you can write that down. It hasn't been posted yet. Kim is working on lining up the conference space for us right now. All right, excellent. So that's a pretty good dadgum webinar, if I do say so myself, at helping you guys. So I want to take a few questions. All right, I want to take a few questions. So if it's okay with you, I'm going to open up your microphones and all those kind of good stuff, and you can dive in here and ask me anything that you want to ask. All right. So you guys ready? Who got the question? Who's got the question? Okay. So here we go. I got Wanda Chain. Wanda, you have your hand raised. So I'm going to open up your microphone, okay, Wanda, and we'll see if this works, and we'll take your question. Whoop, what happened? Wanda lowered her hand. Okay, so Wanda, I'm not going to open up your microphone. I'm going to open up Patricia's. So Patricia Rowe. All right, Pat, you ready? Open up your microphone. Patricia, you there? Whoa, hang on 1 second. I lost you. Hang with me. I'm flying solo, man. You got to bear with me. This ain't my full-time gig running this. There we go. There you go. Sorry about that.
Hey, I got one, and I don't know. In your checklist on that 64 book, which I hadn't downloaded it to read it, I'd read the other one, but it was only 30-something pages, so it didn't cover what I was asking, and you might have it. But do you have like different plans when you're building your team of ways to compensate, say, and pay your team, or how to set that up? I'm kind of just starting this up, so I've never set the team up. So I'm kind of lost there. I do have both my daughters wanting to work with me, and I kind of want to start this off kind of right.
Well, that's a pretty good idea to start it off right. I like that. Are you paying them now?
I'm paying a salary, so right now I'm not really making any money. I was doing a lot of property management, so basically I'm paying them salary from what I was doing property management, and I'm not making anything yet, so I've got to get this where it's all making it, because I basically gave all my income to them. They don't make sense, does it? But they're family, so it's not different like I would if I was recruiting other agents, I guess. But I do.
Yep, I got it. All right, so in the outside sales agent recruiting system, okay, and I'm just going to pretend like, you're asking the question and you're getting an answer. You're self-answering your question by using your business plan, okay? I'm just going to pretend like that's what you're doing. See, right here, there are 4 parts to this platinum recruiting system: part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4, okay? Part one deals with recruiting them. Part 2 deals with your presentation, closing them on joining your team. Part 3 deals with training them, and part 4 deals with profiting from your team. Okay, so in terms of bringing them in and setting them up, that's a big deal, and it includes how you pay them. Okay, now how you pay your team is representative of a bigger picture. The bigger picture being like, you got other expenses besides just your agents. You have marketing expenses, you have other things. And in the Platinum Operation Systems, there's a P&L statement that you would want to follow. Okay? Does that make sense? So yeah. Let's go, let's take a look at that. So right here, Platinum Operation Systems. Okay, so there, page 55, I talk about operating, running your team, and that involves your money. Okay, what should the expenses be? What should the pay plan be for your administrative people? What should your labor costs be for everything? Marketing expense. What should you be investing in marketing every month from an average perspective? So there's a profit and loss statement that deals with that. So there's the bigger picture of what your profit and loss statement should look like. The various categories and what those expenses should be. And then you drill down to each category, say outside sales agents, what should they get paid? And the answer is yes, it's all there. But for the sake of it, we'll answer your question specifically. So bottom line is you cannot be profitable if you let your cost of sales exceed 50%. Okay, so here's how Craig and I did it. I took 10% off the top of the transaction, and I split the balance 50-50. 10% off the top of the transaction, and then we split the balance 50-50. So the agent got, if you ran those numbers of the gross income, the agent got 45% of the gross.
Okay, 45% of the gross commissions coming in then?
That's what it was. I took 10% off the top as like a quote franchise fee, corporate assessment. Craig had his agents pay RE/MAX directly, 5%, and the RE/MAX fee, the monthly desk fee. Okay, I didn't have that, so I took 10% off the top of the transaction and then split it 50-50. Okay, so the agent's money, their 50%, okay, they keep it all. It's all theirs. Out of my half, the money that I got to pay for everything. I got to pay for operations, labor, marketing, the rent, and everything else that goes on there. And after all that's done, I'm probably left with around 20-25% net profit. Okay?
Okay. One other question.
Mm-hmm.
So is that with each agent, or is that the whole team you split that other 50% with, or it's per agent when they do the sale?
No, it's per agent.
Okay.
No, like let's suppose you're my agent. Okay, so Patricia, you're my agent, and you just closed the home for $10,000, $10,000 commission check. Okay, so here's your pay plan. Take 10% off the top, so that's $1,000 as a franchise fee, and then we split the balance. So you get 50%, I get 50%. So you walk away with a check for $4,500, and I walk away with a check for $4,500. But I also have the $1,000 that came off the top. Okay, so I end up with $5,500, and you got $4,500. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay, and out of your $4,500 as the agent, you go do whatever you want to do with it. Out of mine, I can't do whatever I want to do because I got a lot of bills to pay. I got to pay the labor, all the people that work here, the administrative people. I got to pay for the rent. I got to run the place, operational expenses. I got to pay for all the marketing. Okay, and after I pay for everything, I'm going to end up with about 20 or 25% net. So if you're okay with you getting half the money and you're okay with me getting 20% of the money, we're probably going to get along pretty well.
Okay, sounds good then.
Yep, good question. Thanks. Go so big. Thanks for playing along. Okay, anybody else got any other questions here that they want to raise their hand? I've got a lot of questions, but they're mostly on the typed questions. So let me see if I can type this in. Okay, is the August boot camp in Toronto the same as the one you're having in June in Orlando? And the answer is no. Our Platinum OSA workshops that you've been to before, Nasira, you're familiar with those, and I know those are great training, and it's worth the price of admission, and every agent, that every member should get to at least one Platinum OSA workshop a year. So we've got one coming up in a week and a half in D.C., May 3rd and 4th. I'm going to be in D.C. You want to be there for that workshop if you've never been to one. There's still a few seats remaining, okay? And then I'm doing another OSA workshop in Toronto in August. But in June, okay, that is a boot camp specifically on the two things I mentioned to you, okay? And we don't cover those things at the workshops. We don't talk about getting listings, and we don't talk about getting agents, growing your team at the workshop. It's training. I train you at the Platinum OSA workshops like you were joining my team. So it's all about sales training and conversion and selling more homes and getting more money per transaction and all that kind of stuff. All right. Very good. And I appreciate that, Richard. Richard says it's been a very informative session, and that's good. I'm glad you paid attention, man. You will be well served because of it. All right, so let's look at Griffin's question here. Hey, Todd, would it be more beneficial to us to make the correct changes to our business cards get them approved by you, CP coach, before our initial platinum meeting? And the answer is, if it were me, well, let me just tell you what I did. Whenever I produced a marketing piece, I sent it to Craig. Okay, this was a long time ago, 15 years ago, upwards of 20 years ago. So, like, he saw my marketing, okay, and he would tell me if it sucked or if it was spot on, okay, but let me tell you how my marketing was. If you look at Craig's ads, that's what my ads were so much like Craig's that sometimes I forgot to change the name. Like, my ads would run in the marketplace and say Craig Proctor. There were times where it was Craig's face and it said Todd Walters. How about that? So that's how much of a copier I was. So, that's good. So yes, you want to upload all of your marketing materials to the coaching site. Okay, and you're going to learn how to do that in a couple weeks. So I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself there, but you're going to be able to do that. Okay, so let me see. Okay, good. Oh, do I recommend buying the BXL templates? And for the less branded card, absolutely. It's there, it's done, it already works. So if you're going to send less branded postcards, just get them from BXL. Okay, just get them from BXL. All right. So, all right, one more thing. I'll show you this. I'll close it with. I'll close this out with that. Okay, so let me go back here. 7 ways to get listings. Okay, and we'll look at bills. Look at this card. No, that one's got marketing leaks in it. Let me look at the other one. Hang on one second. Don't go anywhere. Don't hang up. Okay. So remember when I said the USP consists of those ingredients, those 6 ingredients? So this just sold card that Bill has, it has all 6 of them. I got the buyers down here. See it? I got the buyers. Matter of fact, let me get a drawing tool. I'm going to highlight it. We got the buyers. We sell your home for more money. We sell it faster. It's more likely to sell. Okay, see that? Those are mostly statistical USPs there. Other people say that it's so. Don't take my word for it. Proof of results, social proof, third-party endorsement, and risk reversal. If your home doesn't sell, I'll just buy it. Okay, there you go. So that's a good marketing piece. That's all we know. Now it's a matter of Bill getting this into the hands of people who are interested in making a move, or consistently over time, people that are in the marketplace, so when they do get ready to move, they pick Bill. Okay? So anyway, that, my friends, will end our session in time together. I did record this, okay, so I will get a copy of it to all of you. Trust me on that. I will get a copy of it to all of you. And I'm looking forward to spending a lot more time the next few years with you in helping you get your business from where it is now to where you want it to be. So with that, let's sign off and let's go sell some houses. We'll talk to you soon now. Bye-bye.